everyone. This film introduces safeguarding to our SNU churches and centres and explains why safeguarding is important for all of us and what safeguarding is and what we need to do about it. It's often said that safeguarding is everyone's business, and I'm sure we'll all have seen those brave people on the news who reveal their own backgrounds and how a sorry past history of abuse has blighted their lives. It might be in a sports club, it might be in a school or youth club, or it could be in the church or in family. But the harmful effects of abuse can stay with someone for a lifetime. And it is important that we all take this very seriously indeed. As a spiritualist organisation, our principles set the background for us to work to. And the first principle, the fatherhood of God, explains about the family of man that we all belong to, and the brotherhood of man adds to that by describing how each of us has that part of God inside us all, and how important it is for us to treat everyone with respect and equally. And if we think as well of our fifth principle, personal responsibility, it's down to each of us to take notice of what is happening around us and act if we see something that's wrong. Because the damaging effects of not acting and not taking something forward can be huge. In addition, when we think of ourselves as charity trustees, we have a responsibility to actually make sure that our churches, our centres, are safe places for everyone. And so, we want to ensure that we protect everyone, that we minimise risk for those who come through our doors, and that where we see something which concerns us, that we think may be to do with safeguarding, we have the confidence to report it. We recognise what's happened, we record it, we report it, and then refer it on. We pass it on to someone who will help us take it forward. Of course, we're not experts, and the main issue here is that we recognise something wrong is happening, and we pass it on to someone within the SNU who can help us, unless of course it's an emergency situation when it must go straight to the external agencies like the police or social services. But in most instances, it may be that there's some doubts, we're not sure about what we've seen, and we do have members of the ministry who've been trained up who can help and assist. And in addition, we have a central safeguarding team who can support us as well. So when we pass those concerns on, we know there are people at head office and within our ministry who are trained and who are there to help and support us.
So what is abuse? Recognising when abuse takes place. Children and young people are defined in UK law as those under 18 years of age. Abuse may be physical, sexual or emotional, but the most common type of abuse of the young is neglect. In common with other churches and organisations, we have particular rules and regulations about providing activities for the young. Advice must be sought from head office. Parents should be present, or workers need to have DBS checks, and parental consent needs to be given for their children attending activities.
Some adults are more at risk of abuse than others. For example, a person who has a learning, sensory or physical disability, or whose age or frailty means they need help from others. Dementia, severe illness, mental health problems, addiction. However, it is important to recognise that at times in our lives, any adult may be vulnerable because of life's event. For example, through illness or losing a loved one. In addition to the 4 definitions which apply to children, there are more definitions of abuse which apply to adults who are at risk of harm. For instance, domestic violence, financial abuse, modern slavery, discriminatory abuse, and self-neglect. There are slightly different laws across the United Kingdom, but the same general procedures apply.
Whenever you suspect abuse, you must pass on your concerns. Do not delay. It is important to write down what has happened as soon as possible. Pass the information on using the referral form to the safeguarding coordinator. There is a safeguarding coordinator in each district. There is a safeguarding team at head office. The general manager, head of governance, and church relationship coordinator. The general manager at the Arthur Findlay College and the Barbanel Centre are the safeguarding coordinators.
The safeguarding coordinator who has had additional training will take the matter to the next stage. If they are concerned that a child or adult has been or is in danger of abuse, they will contact social services. If the matter is an emergency and the person is at an immediate risk of harm, then social services must be contacted immediately. And also, the safeguarding coordinator must then be informed. If you are not certain that abuse has taken place, you must still pass on your concern to the safeguarding district coordinator. If you have concerns and cannot contact a safeguarding coordinator, we have access through a helpline with our partnership with 318. The appropriate telephone numbers should be easily accessed on a poster provided by the Union, which will be displayed in each church. It is important that you do not investigate the matter yourself and always keep the contents confidential. The social care teams and the police will investigate.
Our ministry is there to provide pastoral support in many circumstances. Our ministers and officiants have training in confidential talks and are willing to help any church or individual. Please contact them if support is needed for a victim of abuse, or indeed if anyone is in need of pastoral care.
We want our churches to be a safe, inclusive and welcoming environment. The church should appoint a safeguarding lead who will be an ambassador for safeguarding. The safeguarding commitment and poster with telephone numbers should be displayed on the notice board. The church committee should carry out risk assessments for safeguarding as well as for fire, health and safety. This should include, for example, how children and adults at risk are welcomed at church services and open days.
All individuals or churches or centres must follow the laws of the country where they are based. The general principles, however, remain the same. We want to work together to keep people safe.
So safeguarding is everyone's responsibility, and it rests on each of us to take it seriously and make sure that we discuss it in our church committees and communities and within our healers as well. The SNU is supporting our churches in that we are producing a pack which will be distributed, which includes our safeguarding policy. It includes the referral forms. It also includes the posters which need to be displayed on your notice board with the safeguarding commitment, and also the second poster with those important telephone numbers where you can go for additional support. We've also asked that one person on your committee becomes the lead for safeguarding, and their role is simply to make sure those posters are displayed and to make sure that your committee and your healers watch this film and consider the implications for your church. And the union has decided it will fund for one person from each church to undertake the 318 Gateway training, and we're thinking that the lead safeguarding person on committee would be a good person to take that up. It's a 1-hour online course which can be taken when the individual wants, and it will just give a little bit of extra background and understanding of what the issues around safeguarding are. We have a vision for spiritualism where all can feel safe, where all can feel valued, where all can truly feel they are part of the spiritualist family and part of the brotherhood of man. And we know when we can work together, we will be a strong team and will make sure our churches remain the warm, welcoming and positive places which they already are. Safeguarding is an essential part of that. It's not an additional piece of work. It's how we do things. And we can all play a part in that. Thank you.